welcome back to Space Coast Channel's Lively Brevard. I'm your hostess, Jennifer Cleveland.
And I'm Malak. Welcome back. Thank you.
And today we have Marty Ward with Confidence Eliminates Bullying. Hi, Marty. It's so great to have you with us today. Can you tell us a little bit about your organization?
Yes, and thank you so much for having me here. It's a pleasure to have such wonderful, talented ladies to be able to be with today.
Thank you, Marty.
And it's wonderful to be a part and be here with Space Coast Channel live.
Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you. So Confidence Eliminates Bullying was founded in February of this past year, and it evolved from what I started with Confidence Eliminates Bullying, which began one day when I was out on the internet, and I saw a story about a little girl named Ashlyn Connor, and she, instead of going to school that day, committed suicide. And I said, enough. And I wanted to be able to help kids, to be able to believe in themselves rather than the mean words of the bully. And so I started some programs working with teachers and parents to give them what they needed to be able to help kids to know who they are, so that when the bully says whatever they say, that they can, remember who they are and just not believe it, and move forward with their life.
Can you tell us a little bit like how you would work with maybe teachers or parents?
Well, what I've done with teachers is design programs so that I call it the stress-free classroom, where it helps teachers to be able to connect and communicate in a new way with kids, where they actually honor and value a child's talent, ability, and gift when they talk to them. Let's say a kid is bouncing, a pen on the table, and driving everybody crazy. What a teacher would learn to say is, wow, look at how rhythmic you are. You look like you want to be a drummer. I'll talk to you after class, about that. But right now it's time to do your assignment. And by doing that, you've honored and valued the child, and then the child will cooperate immediately with you. So the parents do it the same way.
How receptive has Brevard County been for that? Brevard County School, I should say. Have they been receptive so far?
I have gone and spoken several times to the kids. I just spoke to 200 kids a few weeks ago. And we're waiting to get funding, so for me to go in and talk to the teachers. There's a 5-week program, and we've been waiting for Title I funds. So.
You are 501c, obviously.
Yeah, we're 501c3.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so basically you have a board, and your mission is obviously to eliminate bullying, correct?
Yeah.
How do you, right now obviously you're doing what you can to go through the schools and do all that you can, but obviously you need more help, you need community, you need funding. How are you going to go about that?
Well, we've got a fundraiser that we're planning for the spring, and really looking forward to having everybody come and join us. It'll be a great day. It's going to be a Family Heroes Day, and it's going to be in the spring in a park. And in order to get in, the kid has to express their talent, their ability, or gift. They can sing a song, they can bring a picture, they can make something, and then throughout the day they'll have opportunities to develop different leadership aspects of themselves, and also like the karaoke and dancing and maybe an obstacle course to develop their athleticism. So it'll give kids an opportunity, and parents, to see how to evolve their talents, gifts, and abilities.
And that's a little word that you use, or like a tag, right?
Right. Tag.
Yes. I say tag kids for success each day.
Can you explain what that means?
Well, you're honoring and valuing the core essence of who we are. Like when people say, I want to find my passion.
Yes.
Your passion is really your talents, abilities, and gifts. And so by honoring that, it's really your soul signature. And so that's what tag means. And so your talent would be what you do. And so you might be an artist, you might be a leader, you might be a videographer. Your abilities would be like creative, inventive, imaginative. That allows you to express yourself, your talent. A good listener, intuitive. And then your gift is combining your talent and your ability. What is it you give to the world? So leadership, where you help people to feel good about themselves. You provide these fabulous programs for people to watch. So that's the gift that you give the world by combining your talent and ability.
And do you have classes and sessions with the children to kind of help them to
Yes,
figure out
I've
what
gone
they-
in and I've talked to the kids about this, and it's so sweet because they write me thank you notes and say thank you for helping me to believe in myself. Thank you for telling me my tags so that I know who I am, and thank you for telling me how I can stand up to the bully. So it's just very rewarding.
Well, it is fascinating because I've known you for years, and your confidence is wonderful and your ability is wonderful. For our listeners, for obviously, the public that are watching Space Coast Channel right now, October is, month. We know it's Bully Prevention Month. What makes you an expert? I'm sure our audience want to know that. What makes you an expert, in this field? Because I believe that you are, but I'm sure a lot of them don't know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's on several levels. I've been a teacher, a school-based social worker, and developed programs for kids to be able to mentoring programs. And what I would do is I would make the bully the mentor. And the discipline problem dropped in the schools that I did this with. I did it in 2 different school districts. I also had a sailing school on the Hudson River and designed programs for autistic and emotionally challenged kids. I always wanted kids to be able to see beyond where they were and to develop. I then have been a coach, a success coach, for over 10 years. And by working with entrepreneurs and seeing where they got stuck and struggling in their life, well, what I realized is they had suppressed their talents, abilities, and gifts. And as soon as I could help them to unlock their talents, abilities, and gifts, their business took off. And I said, what could I do that I could help kids to be able to believe in themselves their whole life so that they would have success their whole life? They could believe in themselves. And so that's where I combined my teaching, my school-based social work, my coaching, to be able to help kids to really believe in themselves and rather than the mean words of the bully.
Well, that's really lovely to hear, isn't it? If we could just stop that at least or eliminate part of it, that would be fantastic. I think that's a great approach. Again, it's a tough subject and it happens daily. We know 160,000 kids skip school a day. That is so sad. That is so sad. So I personally appreciate what you're doing and thank you for it.
Thank you.
Your passion is really from within.
Oh, yes, I forgot that part.
Yeah, no, but it really is. I mean, you can see that you have a lot of passion about that.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little about that?
Well, I have been bullied my whole life. And so when I read about little Ashlyn Connor that day, it really touched my heart because I knew that feeling of desperation. I knew that feeling of what it's like to be left out, not included. And I wanted kids to really know that they are okay exactly as they are. No, despite what people have said to them and people have done to them, they really are okay exactly as they are. And so my passion does come from my own personal journey of being able to work that through and to really, it's a gift that I was bullied because without that I wouldn't be doing this work. So our antagonist, as I say, becomes our protagonist. Yeah. And notice the word tag is in there. Yeah. So our antagonist becomes our protagonist and helps us to develop our talents, our abilities, and gifts, which is what I've been doing through this program for myself. So it's very rewarding.
So go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm just so interested.
I know, right? I know. I want to keep.
Go ahead.
Do you need anything for your event that's coming up?
It would be wonderful to have vendors, sponsors. We'd love to get obviously donations. My website is createconfidentkids.com, and there is a donation button for Confidence Eliminates Bullying on that website. Yes, love to have different companies. I mean, what fun to be a bank or insurance agent or whoever you are, the sports teams to come and provide opportunities for kids to develop themselves that day. So it's going to be in the spring, probably March or April. We'll have details soon. We have to get the park first, but we're very excited. Chris Hollifield, who is, he is 4'6", and Jake Estrada is 6'9", and they are going to be speaking. And I want you to come and find out who's the bully and who's been bullied.
What a small world, Marty. Honest to God, you just mentioned Jake, and of course, Jake Estrada is a great friend of mine as well. And we just recently interviewed him here, and he actually, him and Space Coast Comics were here last week for an event to actually help with my nonprofit as well, Malak's Medical and Dental Warriors. So, what a small world this is, that the connection of the community from one person to the next. I think we're all connected in one way or the other to do what is right for the community. And, Jake has gone above and beyond, and his team, obviously, as you have, and Jennifer, but without Joe, really, Space Coast Channel. I think this is amazing.
What
the
a great
connection.
idea
It really
this
is.
Yeah.
So I think we continue to help each other in that manner. And shout out to Jake, because he's really out there helping everyone.
He's very generous.
Very
Generous with his
generous,
time,
yes.
generous as a human being.
Yes,
He's a wonderful guy.
Thank you. That's what I mean. It's a small world, and that's all we ask of anyone, is just to be kind. It really is. Be kind to each other, and I think it'll all work out. Sooner or later, it'll work out. It will.
Come find out their story. And so I'm really pleased that they're going to be helping us to raise this money and be able to have scholarships for parents, to be able to take classes for schools. Like I say, I've been waiting for funding in order to go in and work with the teachers. And so we want to be able to not have to wait. We want people to be able to get these skills so that we can save kids' lives. We can have kids coming to school, having fun and enjoying it, and really discovering more about who they are.
So is this funding through grants that you're applying for, basically?
Yep, we've been applying for grants, and as well as personal funding.
But if a school or a parent or an organization would like you to go in and teach, because you have, 4 or 5 week classes?
Yeah.
And they're willing to, obviously, nothing's for free in this life, because you also need to survive as well, correct? In your program and in materials. So you are willing to do that as well?
Oh, yes. I speak to parents' organizations, to school organizations, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. Would be love to come in and just share some of these skills. Kids feel so great, when they realize how much they have to give the world. And it helps parents to get more cooperation. I mean, kids cooperate really fast with this, I promise. So the same for teachers, so it makes the classroom easier, it makes home easier, the kids have more fun, everyone does, because it's such a simple thing that I teach, but very profound.
Well, it's definitely a blessing to our community, and you're a blessing to our community,
Oh,
and
thank
I
you
just
so
adore
much.
you. So I'm
Yeah,
so glad you.
Look at this.
And thank you, Maude.
Even look at this. You're very welcome, Marty. Designed by Buds and Bows. I
Very
heard you were going to be here. Our
nice.
special guest. Isn't this beautiful?
That's beautiful.
Isn't that
Wow,
gorgeous?
they are so
Yes.
generous with our community.
Yeah,
Buds
love
and
Buds
Bows
and
is
Bows.
just wonderful.
And also, I mean, honest to God, we're all friends, and we're talking about. What do you think of this place, Coastal Interior? Isn't this
Isn't
gorgeous?
this amazing? I just think this is a gorgeous place. Coastal Interiors, I mean, what a wonderful place to be able to sit and have a chat with you.
And the generosity,
it's like-
week after week, he allows us to, obviously to use this place. And
Wow.
I'm in heaven when I come in.
I
honest to
know,
God.
it's so beautiful. It feels so warm and inviting, and I'm also a sailor, so I love coming here and seeing all this sailing stuff.
It's such a pleasure. It really is,
Yeah.
Marty. And
well,
if there's
thank you
anything
for
we
all the
can,
work you
if there's anything we can do for you off the
Thank
record,
you.
obviously not. Please let me know. Seriously, if there's anything
Yeah.
we can
Yeah,
help you
Of
with, we
course.
will. I
And
promise.
please give your-
you
your-
give so much to the community, both
pleasure.
of you.
Please give your website one more time.
Yes.
It's createconfidentkids.com,
And-
createconfidentkids.com, and my phone number is 321-848-4997.
Great. Thank you, Marty. Thank you so much for
Such a
joining
Thank
us.
you,
pleasure.
Jennifer.
And
Thank
we'll see
you.
you all
fun.
later.
It's just
This was
wonderful
fun.
to be here. Thank you so much
Yes.
for Space Coast having this opportunity for people like me to be able to share what we do with the community. Thank you for your generosity for all of us.
Thank you.